Week 14. And let
Week
me be and let me be the
14.
first and let me be the first to wish you and yours a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday for all those sales inclined people. Although I feel like Black Friday was killed. I think we'll get into. I'd like to discuss the Black Friday.
I've
I feel
already
like
started I've already started Black Friday.
it doesn't count. The Black
I
unless you're
this morning I watched Life, the movie Life with Eddie Murphy,
great movie.
and then after I get out of here, I'm going to Brooklyn to hang out with my old roommate and she and I are going to watch Friday After Next and First Sunday.
Sounds like a great day.
Yeah, a lot of black comedies on Black Friday.
Life, one of the top two cornbread scenes ever. Fantastic.
That is a good cornbread scene.
Great cornbread scene. Uh,
Jiggle leg. I've been
I
watching a
cannot go
lot
to
of Bernie
any
Mac lately.
Bernie Mac's fucking man. Bernie Mac's goated. There's never been a movie, actually, an underrated Bernie Mac. Do you remember? This is gonna be a deep cut. Do you remember the movie? I don't even remember the name of it, where Chris Rock was running for president
Yeah, I think it's called Head of
and
State.
head of state. Good memory on you, young man. And Bernie Mac's
He's
his brother in there as
he's
a
a pimp.
security and just whap, just walks through, just pimp slaps. Dude, Bernie Mac show,
He
Kings of
goes.
Comedy, Bernie Mac, he's the best.
There's a scene. So that's when he gets introduced. He's like a pimp or whatever. But then there's a scene where he goes on Larry King. He goes on Larry King, and Larry's like, "Now you want to pull out of NATO?" He goes, "NATO, I don't know NATO. I don't know no one named NATO. I don't know." And then he's like, "Oh, okay, I knew a NATO from back in the day. He did da da da." Like it
He's the
was really
best.
good. He was like, I don't want to say nothing about NATO. I don't know nothing about NATO. Like,
He's absolutely goaded. He's great in everything. You'll see him in Friday hanging out with Miss Johnson,
Miss Parker, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Nah, I'm watching. We're gonna watch Friday After Next because that's the Christmas. That's the Christmas.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
the third.
that's the one with the where his uncle wins the lottery. Uncle Willie wins the
Well,
lottery.
yeah.
No,
There's
Uncle
they have
Elroy.
they have the rib joint or the whatever it is. But I don't like the
Yes,
second Friday. I don't like next Friday. I love
I like them
Friday.
all.
I love Friday, and I love Friday After Next. Next Friday, if they just get rid of it, I wouldn't care.
What's next Friday? What's the plot? Remind
That's
me.
the part where the Latin guys come in.
Oh, I don't mind that one. That's the one I was thinking of. That's the one where next Friday is underrated for the sole reason of one, you got Baby D. Baby D's a top tier character,
Yeah. I
and
like Pinky. I like Pinky. Pinky's in the second and the
Pinky's
third.
Pinky's great, and the sole reason of him, something I quote to this day is anytime I hear any sort of like luxury brand, I'll be like, "You can't even spell Versace." All the time, all the time. That gets, I got that as like my like two seamer. Always got it. Always.
Susie. That's the Mariano Rivera cutter. It just got
It's a
one
great.
pitch.
Although I will say, I'll always have room in my heart for the Friday movies. I'll never turn them down. They're
No.
fantastic. But I want to get into Black. Here's what I want to do. I'm gonna do like a pre-show rundown. I'm your EP, and I'm gonna do it for the audience. So pull back the curtain. I
Okay.
want to discuss Black Friday, the craziness of Black Friday.
Yeah, let's discuss some of the crazy events that you have done on the
Oh,
because I used to go out on Black Friday.
I've seen and done crazy shit on Black Friday. So I'd love
All
to get
right.
into that.
We'll get into that.
Before I want to get into a championship pick, I want to do a little wager between me and you to keep the blood alive, keep the
Okay.
friendship alive.
Are we doing a snake draft?
We're doing a snake,
Yes.
but I think what we need
The
to
snake was
do,
well received.
snake was well received. Pause. But I think what we need to do is, I think we need to do, and I'll let you pick.
Okay.
This is your pod. I'll let you pick. You can either have first or next two, but I think we need to do one after because we can't do the two stack. It gets thin quick. So you pray on that. You pray
Wait,
on that.
we can't do the double up?
No, I think we do the only double up is at the first turn. It's too thin.
It's not a snake then.
Well, it's a reticulated python draft. It's curved around. One,
You
two.
can't even spell reticulated.
You can't even spell retic. See, it works for anything. It's great. F-O Sachi. Fo Sachi. To this day. To this day. That's just a goaded quote. Like fantastic. Anytime my girl's trying to pull up some luxury brand, I'm like, you can't even spell Givenchy. It's fantastic. It's the best.
Okay, we can do
But
that. And what else is on your what else do you
I
have?
want to go through. We're going to go through some picks. We're going to go
Okay.
through some good stuff. We're going to talk about all that good stuff. But before we move forward, we got to look past.
Wait, hold on. Where are you right now?
I'm my mom's in Pittsburgh. I'm in the Berg.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the Berg. Reporting live from the trap, some would say. I also
Okay.
want, I also want to talk about the DJ I hired for my wedding. That's going to be very important.
He looks like he rules.
He's already given me more life than I've ever needed, and the fact that I'm hiring a DJ that also did a Joe Mixon's New Year's Eve party, it just says that I'm in the company that I've always aspired to be with.
Dude, this is
Not
gonna
for
this is
his
the
off the field things. I'm not trying to
yeah.
be catching, but I'm just saying, I'm like,
Left hooks.
when I was a young man, I said maybe one day I'll reach the promised land of hiring a DJ that did rappers. And I will say I'll save it for later, but he had a story this week, and it just made me so happy. I'm like it reaffirmed my decision that I made the right call. But
We need
let's
video
get into
vixens. We need video vixens at the
he
party.
well, if you're gonna make me jump the gun since you brought up Video Vixens, his story was Thanksgiving and it had a giant plate of food. And then the next thing he said, what I'm truly thankful for, bottle girls. And it was just a sea of white women. And I'm like, this guy gets me.
Yeah.
This guy's chasing snow bunnies. I love
Milk.
him. Loves it. Won't go anywhere without it. If it ain't
Okay.
snowing, he ain't going.
I respect that.
So do I. So
Let's
do
look
I.
back on the week that was.
It was we're limping to the finish line. We need a big week.
Okay.
Last week, I was 2-3, down a unit. You were 2-3, down a unit. To
I
be
think I'm
honest, I'm
negative.
looking at, huh?
I think I'm negative now.
You are 0.5 units. You're hanging on just by the skin of your teeth.
I got a
You are,
straw.
you're just like, you're barely have that anchor in the wall on that rock climbing face. You're just holding on.
I'm
You're
like
holding
in
on
the
to it.
ocean and I have a straw. I'm just breathing through the
It's it.
straw right
You
now.
just barely you're sucking that last air bubble as you're going down. But honestly, the only one that I feel bad about, Bama got their doors blown off. I didn't see that coming, so that's on me. And I'm losing, makes me upset. I watched that game overtime.
But to be fair, we knew it was going to happen. That was such a bad line.
It was a trap line, but when they stormed back, and A&M should have won that game. I just that's my only one that I should have got back. Other than
My
that,
oh,
you had Wake. That should have been
that's
a
a bad.
winner.
That one was bad. That was
Under
bad.
Under UTEP, you lost by a point and a half, and UTEP didn't score. So I don't know if you think that's a loss or a win.
That one. That one.
Marshall
That one
winner,
hurts.
Duke winner, and then Iowa State just couldn't quite extend
I
the gap.
said they were going to blank UTEP too.
You did say honestly, you should have maybe played a
I
Tennessee.
probably should have just played Tennessee straight up.
Yeah, but not a bad week. I'm at 4 units, or excuse me, no, I'm at 3 units. I'm at three. No, I'm at 3.5 units. Sorry, I can't do math. Western education, not a big deal.
You're
I am at
fine.
3.5. You are at 0.5. We are standing at 4 units.
Okay,
We're fighting for our life right now.
we're
But
at we're up 4 units.
we're up four. We're up four.
We got
So
this week. We got next week. We got championship week, and then we got bowl season.
we got bowl season. So we're still going to be there. Now, do we separate bowl season?
No, I think we should count it.
You're a man of principle. That's why I respect
I'm a
you.
man of honor.
So, real quick, how was your Thanksgiving? What did you?
Did I lose you? I think I lost. Okay, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
How was my Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I stayed here in New York
Yep.
by myself.
Why is that? Is that a personal choice? That seems like a personal choice.
And then my family was traveling around, so I couldn't really
Why,
go.
why didn't you come up to the Berg with me? Why didn't you come down to the Berg?
Because that's your family. You should
I
be
don't
with your
care.
family.
Who cares?
This is your first Thanksgiving as an engaged couple. I want you to have that with your mom.
She's still in Cincinnati. It was just me here.
Now I feel stupid.
Yeah, just me here. That's what I said. She's.
So you didn't want to. I don't want to delve into your relationship, but how come you didn't go with the Mrs. family? How come you didn't
I
hang out
feel
with her?
like at a certain point, it's like she has to work today. Her family's in Cincy, mine's in Pittsburgh. I feel like until we do the fully merge where everyone comes to us, you gotta wean people off. So we're doing Christmas at our place. Thanksgiving, we still did the split. I'm not committing to the home and home because respectfully, Thanksgiving's the type of holiday where you got to know the food's going to be good. I don't
You can't eat at everybody's house.
can't eat at everyone's houses, and I'm not saying that I've whenever they've had food, it's good. But
Yeah.
like I know when I come here, Thanksgiving meal is going to be rock solid. You
Okay.
saw the plate. You saw the plate I put in chat. It's a great plate.
I had a good plate yesterday.
You said what would you make?
I made fried chicken.
There you go.
I had mixed vegetables, mixed them up.
Okay.
I had mashed potatoes.
All right.
I had uh I had like baked beans, like sweet like barbecue
Okay.
baked beans,
We
and I
love.
had I made stuffing.
We love it.
And then had a
Solid
bunch
bet.
of, and then I made cookies for myself.
Why not a Dimes Man Friendsgiving Day?
I got invited to one Friendsgiving and I had went to it the past 2 years, and this is their first year that they had a baby, and I just didn't
Mm.
want to be over there. That
So you're just like sitting at home, drinking
yes,
your NA beer, just
I
rocking
did
your
have I did have some NA Coronas.
NA Coronas, NA Ronas. Whatever. I get it. I respect it. But no,
I
we had a
listened to John Mayer went live on Sirius XM for like 5 hours, and
you just had that
he
rocking.
what'd you say?
I said you just had that
Yeah,
rolling
I
the whole
did. I did.
time.
He did have a good line though. I listened to him interview Billy Joel. That was nice. He had one good line where he said, "If you're not visiting family this year because you're chasing a dream, it will all be worth it one day." And I thought
Did
that was
you?
nice.
Well, are you saying that I don't chase dreams? Are you saying are you saying that I'm a weak man, a weak-willed person? Is that a shot at me?
No, that wasn't a ricochet shot at me. This was self-centered. This was a
Okay.
self-centered comment.
Okay. We'll decide. I'll litigate that later to see if that was a shot at me. I'll listen to the tape, see what it does, but I'll take your word for it right now. But
We'll review the tape. You've been
we'll
playing
review
college
the tape.
football 25 lately?
I've actually been so I feel like I've been playing a lot of Madden lately.
What? People still play that?
There's a few people that still play that. I feel like I got off away from. I feel like West Virginia football stole the sadness from me, and
Mm,
I couldn't play it for a little bit. But
mm.
there was an itch yesterday when I was like, man, I should really start another triple option dynasty. I just don't know
I know,
when.
right?
So I think that's going to be the next play. I'm going to pick. I don't know if Kent State. I don't know if I'm ready for that climb, but
Dog. Ofer.
climb. But I think I might go. I think I might do like an alternate history, and I start as Hawaii, but I run the option.
Okay. If
It's
you
crazy.
think about it, now here's me getting really weird. The run
Yeah,
and
no, no.
shoot is kind of just like the triple option, but like throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Because the receivers have three options. Now,
Hmm.
here's the thing. Because I tried a run and shoot thing, and I still have it. Right now, I'm the head coach of Stanford, but I started a new one yesterday where I came back to the old school air raid, and
Love
I
it.
I added some wake slow mesh.
Oh, it's tricky. You love the
Sexy.
mesh. Big mesh guy.
Uh, the little RPO action. I'm trying to get better at those. But I was running the run and shoot, and here's the thing about the run and shoot on college football 25. The receivers won't run to open space; they'll run to whatever the assigned coverage is.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
So if you have option routes like the run and shoot is full of, like, and they're in cover three, and he goes like to the seam, but the safety in the middle covers the seam, he won't like break inside on him and make him turn his back. Like he'll just keep
Listen,
running straight or something stupid like that. And
listen,
and then
buddy.
you
We're not there yet.
and then
The
you'll end
fact
up
that we
throwing
have
a
the game.
pick, but then you'll end up throwing a pick. It's stupid. I threw so many picks. So I'm back to the old
Like,
school
that's
air raid.
why you guys keep the ball on the ground, baby. Like
Man ball. Dude, I don't know.
on the
The
ball.
option is kind of messed up. The pitches are kind of messed up. But
They're messed up, but is there anything more satisfying than running like a 19 play drive for a touchdown? How good does it feel?
and then punching one in.
Take like 9 minutes off the clock. It's just you can just feel the motivation getting sucked out of the other team.
And this is what this this caters into what I want to talk about a little bit.
Yep.
If you're an underfunded, underprivileged, underrecognized, smaller team,
You can run the option.
you have to run the option.
That was There was an article, I don't know if it was Athletic, but I read about how the guys at Carolina Panthers should just basically run the option. Just take Chuba, Jonathan Brooks, and Bryce Young and just run the option.
Like
Just do it.
there is no way that you're gonna go. I'm gonna use West Virginia. As
Yeah.
West Virginia, when did you have the most success? When you were running zone read
Yeah.
every play and just
Air
getting
raid,
the
spread them
ball.
out and run.
It's not that hard.
No.
Like you don't have the resources or the recruiting footprint to be like, let's line up 11 on 11 and let's scheme these guys.
The problem is
Like,
there's only so many players in the world in the country that can be dominant on the offense line and defense line. You can find skill anywhere. But to run those pro offense, you want to like kind of patchwork some stuff together, run the option. It can work.
it, like, dog, you literally, you want to run like Y sail. It's just
Yeah.
Y stick, Y sail, bubble screen. Like, you're not going to beat them. That's what they do.
They're too big. They're too big up front. We even seen South Carolina this year have pretty much turned the entire program because the defensive line is just ridiculous. They're just
Yes.
pathetic.
And not only that, Guess what South Carolina started doing? They're like, oh, we can't throw. Let QB sweep, QB sweep. Run the football with the like. As much as I love to throw the football, I understand that not everyone has the ability to do that.
No. And there's it's same. The hardest resource is quarterbacks one, and then the second is defensive and offensive line.
This
It's
is why West
impossible to
Virginia was
find.
okay last year because they're like, hey, Garrett,
They
just
just run it.
run.
Yeah.
And now you could look at it, and coaches have the biggest egos, and you know this.
Oh yeah.
But Garrett in the offseason, Garrett Green in the offseason, oh, he's doing good at MPA. He's doing good at Manning Passing Academy. He's doing good throwing against air. He's doing good throwing against our defense. You know what? Neil's an air raid guy. Let's start running old school air raid schemes, and Garrett will sling it.
Why
We
not?
stink.
Why not? Honestly, and maybe this is an indication of me just falling. I was home last week. I did not watch a single minute of the West Virginia game. Not one. Not
I
one
don't
minute.
think. Wait, who did we play last week?
UCF, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't watch. I didn't watch it.
I
I
had it
watched the
on.
first drive. I watched CJ Donaldson punch one in or something.
Yeah, I think I flipped it over just to see because I had like the multi-view on, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna watch Bama game.
Yeah.
Watch Bama get stomped. I'd rather
Oh, what
watch
do you
it.
know? We won six, and here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna win this week, so that'll be seven.
Yeah.
We're gonna win some stupid Cheez It Bowl, that'll be eight,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, "Hey guys, I won eight, so
8 games.
that's
And
eight.
the worst conference probably in the country by far.
Isn't that what
By,
you
by
wanted? You
much.
wanted 8 games. 8 games is not enough. So
God, it's terrible. It's one of those things where it's
the
like, yeah,
thing is, it wouldn't be so bad as if you didn't have, as if it wasn't year six and you didn't have like a team full of seniors and you backslid.
yeah, this it's only going to get worse. Just pull the plug, get somebody new in, and God, just please get a running quarterback. I know Green is, but he for some reason he was determined to make himself
That's what,
like
uh,
yeah,
dude.
some
He has
reason
to jump every time he throws the ball. He can't see over the line. All right,
no.
hold on. Yeah, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's talk about something else.
All right, I'm ready because I wanted to do this last week. I want to do. I want us to take. No, we need to determine what the wager is going to be. We're going to pick 6 teams each.
Okay.
Whoever wins, winner take all. We're not doing it, NCAA bracket style where you get points for advancing. Winner takes all. What do you want to wager? And do you want first pick or next two?
I want next two.
You want next two? Okay,
I'm
fair
always
enough.
I'm always I'm always a draft capital guy. I want you to
Okay,
know that
you always
about
want
me.
the
Like
capital.
like if I'm NFL GM and they're like, Frank, you have 1-1, I'm on the horn. Who
You want
wants
to
it?
get it out of there.
I say who wants 1-1 and how much do you want to give me? And then you know
Okay.
what? Then I trade down to 10 and then I'm at pick 10 and I have more picks in my arsenal. Hey, I'm at 110. Who wants more? And then
I,
and then
res-
I'm
I respect that.
that's
I
me.
respect
I'm
that.
trading back.
All right, so I got the first pick. You heard it here. I gave Dime the option. What do you want to wager? What do you want to wager?
What would Now we could just do like $50, but I feel like we should also maybe have to do something on the pod, maybe.
Of course.
Well, hold on, because it wouldn't be till after the season's over.
Wouldn't be till after the season's over, but I would say we do. Say it's $50 and a wager to be named later. Maybe we'll pray on it next week. We'll reveal it next week what
I
it is
don't
going
hate
to be.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
a
We're going to
W
say right now it's
a
50.
WTBA.
Yeah, it will be determined. All right, I'm going to do. So first pick, it's going to be chalky. It's going to be chalky.
Okay.
Give me the Ohio State University. You're getting what you want. The problem is I wasn't going to get them on the turn, and there's a team that you're going to take that I want no part of. So
Now you're in my head. Now you're
yeah,
throwing smoke in my head.
yep, it's a team that I want no part of.
I'm looking at a mock bracket right now just to see like what potential like
See what you
maybe who
got. See what you got.
who has well no who has like potential like home field advantage and stuff like that.
Yep. And like I said, there are some teams I might draft a team that may not even make it because
Oh, I
I
hate
have
this.
them and
Oh man, I hate this. What I'm about to do.
do
I
it.
hate this. Also, they have Tennessee in here. Get that out of here.
Yeah.
I'll take Oregon,
Okay.
and I will take at the turn at 2-1
2-1.
Penn State.
Okay. That's
Now,
bold.
were either of those teams the one you wanted?
No, I
Okay,
didn't want
or
to be one of those.
okay. My reasoning for Oregon is the best team in the country. My
I think
re
Oregon. Not only do I think Oregon is not the best team, I know they beat Ohio State. I get that, I get they beat Ohio State. I think Oregon, if I had to pick a top five seed that loses to a 12-11, I think it's Oregon.
No way.
Not buying the Oregon stock. And I could be wrong. Maybe that's me eating crow, but I feel
And
like
then
this is
and
an
then
easy.
My Penn State is strictly matchup.
I get it. I understand what you did there. I feel like maybe you could have waited one more. I see what you did there. I know you don't think Penn State's the third best team,
Right.
but yeah, it's the bracket path. You
Yeah,
just pick
that's what it
you're
is.
looking.
Right now they have them hosting against Indiana. I said I'll take
Yep,
that. And then
yep,
you'd be playing. So what people don't realize is it's only these first round games that are home. Like
yes,
the rest of these games are going to be at these stupid bowl sites and everything.
yep,
So Penn State, you get to host a playoff game at the
yep.
house. I would take
Mhm.
that. And then game two, they have them projected to play against Miami, who's kind of
They've
been fraudulent.
they have the weak side of the bracket. I get
Yeah.
that. That's the gamesmanship. I don't hate that pick. I understand. I feel you're playing very crafty,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna go. Give me straight talent. Give me Georgia.
Okay.
It's the Kansas City Chiefs pick of they look like dog shit. Is Carson Beck the looking like a fucking sloth out there, throwing it to whoever's just open defense, offense
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, also
But
we didn't how many teams are we picking?
we'll pick six. You want to pick five?
Yeah, we'll pick five.
We'll pick five. Okay, we'll
Five
pick five.
each?
Five each.
Okay.
We'll
We'll
spray in
see
the
how
board.
all these teams make it in.
Listen, we're taking some that are just there for funsies.
All right.
Your pick.
Texas.
Texas strong pick. It's probably the only way to go right there. For me, I'm gonna go, and this would have been my Penn State pick. This would
Okay.
have been my Penn State pick right here. Was I was gonna go. I was gonna get them at the turn, but I feel like I'm looking at this. I'm like, there's teams I don't want. I'm gonna go pure defense play. Give me Notre Dame. I think they can make some noise.
Okay. They have them up there. They have them
Yeah,
up
I
there.
think Notre Dame.
Could I like so this is so tough because the bracket and everything. Could I
Mhm.
theoretically just like handcuff a region and be like,
Why not?
I get Penn State and I get
No one's telling you how to do it. This is your bracket. This is why I wanted to see what you were thinking.
I think I want to handcuff like the Southeast Regional and just take I'm also going to take Miami.
Okay, take them.
So it in the Penn State Miami matchup, no matter what,
You're getting
you're scoring a
you're
point.
getting a player. You're
Yeah.
getting a guy in there. Which you know what? I don't hate that. I don't hate that. So that's one of the things where I was like, okay, how do we want to do this? You have Miami. You pretty much set up the bracket. Now I'm gonna go. We're looking at these teams, and there's certain teams I don't want in here. Now I'm looking at this. Do like SMU? Do I want SMU? I don't think
No.
SMU is gonna go anywhere.
No.
So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna basically take. I don't want Boise State either. I don't think Boise State's gonna do it. Give me just based on vibes alone, just based on vibes alone. I don't think they're going to beat them. I don't like that, but maybe they can get shuffled. I like the buy. Boise State's the value pick. It's
Yeah,
the
it
value
is.
pick.
It's the value pick.
It's the buy. It's the only buy. And if they get a weaker team, I think Boise could give Penn State a game. I think they could give SMU a game, Miami a game. I don't love this pick, but I'm taking it.
Okay. So
Give me your next.
I have four. I have Oregon, Penn State, Texas, and Miami. That's
I
four.
got Ohio State, Georgia, Notre Dame, Boise State.
I think for fifth pick, I think we should pick a team not in the top 12.
I was planning on it.
Okay.
I was planning on it.
Now, what if they are in the 12, but they're not in the projected bracket due to.
That's you can take whoever you want. This is
Okay.
the bracket doesn't matter. You
Okay.
can pick whoever you want because bracket's not set. It's not like
The brackets,
we have a 64 set.
folks, the bracket isn't set. And what's crazy is it's really the winner of the game tomorrow. The winner of the game tomorrow is probably making the playoff to me. And as good as they are, it's so tough because in-state rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
The game is at Clemson. Clemson, South Carolina. I think one of these teams gets in. My head says Clemson. My heart says South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Clemson.
Clemson. See, this is where you got to do some out of the box thinking. Now, I'm going to take a team that has about a 34% chance to make the playoff, but if they're in, I know what I'm getting. Give me
Okay.
Alabama.
There you go.
Give me Alabama. I can't quit
Okay.
them. 34% chance. Here's who we left out of here: Tennessee,
Yeah.
Indiana. We left out Arizona State, the Big 12 championship, most likely. So, so we have our five.
We have our five.
I feel like I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like the Oregon Texas is going to be a strong pick. You have a very good. If we were doing like an election thing, where like Frankie has an easier way to win the election. He has a clear path.
Yeah, I'm leading in Pennsylvania, Florida, and Arizona or
And
Michigan right
I'm
now.
and I'm top heavy. I got my two.
You got New York and California.
That's right. That's exactly what it's got. Frankie's gonna win all these. And I need to build the wall. I need to hold that Ohio
That
State
blue
Georgia
wall. You're like
that blue
if I can get
wall.
Wisconsin, maybe North
That's true.
Carolina.
That's it.
Can we
But that's
talk
what I
about
thought I was
hold
looking.
on. I just got a stupid election take.
Give it to me.
Why does it come down to like two states every year?
That's how it goes. That's how we drew it up in 300 years ago. That's how it
That
goes.
like you tell me I got to sit and wait around and be like, well, what is this one county? Does this one county in Wisconsin gets to decide like who the president is? It's not like it does. Like, yeah,
It's
it matters. Your vote matters, but like, why do I care what Milwaukee thinks?
it's pretty much the same, like 400 to 500,000 people decide the election every year. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Good.
it's like, what does Allentown, Pennsylvania think?
Yeah.
What does the rural North Carolina? Florida's heavy red now because of
It
like
used to be,
all
yeah, it used to be like you'd get a little bit of Florida, what's which Miami.
Florida's heavy red now, and
Yeah.
then
You have
like Michigan. I don't know.
Nevada would
Oh
come
yeah,
down.
Nevada for some reason.
Nevada would come down to it a lot. But it would usually be those four or five, and then the rest, it's like they can just kind of throw the board out. But let's go because
Virginia
I want
used
to
to be
get
purple, now it's blue. Sorry,
Virginia.
we're getting into the weeds here.
We're going too deep down. Well, let's get some picks, and then I want to backtrack to some Black Friday stuff.
All right,
How
let's
much
do
time
it.
we got? How much time we got?
I haven't got a notification yet, so
Okay.
we're still doing good. We'll probably get the
All right, let's get
we'll
some.
probably get 10-minute warning in the middle of these picks.
I love it. All right, let's do some picks. All right, I am still sitting top of the leaderboard, and I'm going to get this one out early because it's my earliest pick of the week. Mississippi State plus 26.5, 1 unit.
So many points.
What's Ole Miss fighting for? What are they playing for?
That's a good point. That's a
What,
good
what's
point.
what incentive do they have to roll this team? What incentive does Mississippi State have not to get up for this game? This is their biggest game.
Yeah.
Ole Miss was looking at a playoff seed, early playoff seed,
Yep.
and now they're looking at playing in a New Year's Day bowl.
Now the
Lane doesn't give a
Meineke
shit
Car
about
Care Bowl.
Yeah. Lane doesn't care about this. I think Mississippi State former offensive coordinator for Lane Kiffin. So
Jeff Levy.
are they gonna try to roll them? I don't think so. I think this game stays within about 14-21. I think talent wins out for Ole Miss, but no. Give me Mississippi State plus 26.5, 1 unit.
Okay, we have 10 minutes left. I got the notification. So it's rivalry week, and I'm like Yenzer here. I want to take some points. So give me Vandy plus 10.5 at home against Tennessee. This is why I didn't pick Tennessee in the playoff. Vanderbilt's a lively bunch, man.
There's
And
a world where Vandy wins this game outright.
yeah, exactly, man. They're gonna get their A1 shot here. So give me Vandy plus 10.5 at home.
I like that. My next one is give me Air Force minus 3.5, 1 unit. I've loved the way these guys have played. They've been, I think, dogs 3 straight weeks and
Yeah,
have, I think, won outright 3 straight. I've had them on a few little long shot plays.
they burned me. They burned me
Um,
on some stuff.
I feel like they're coming together at the right. This week, I'm looking for who wants to be here.
What are
Four
we
quarters
fighting
of
for?
football.
Bowl eligibility.
4 quarters of football. Air Force is playing no matter what.
Yep.
Minus 3.5. I think that's a pretty good line. I'd play that up to 4 or 5 even. So give me Air Force minus 3.5, 1 unit.
Okay. Everything in my body does not like this pick, but I'm doing it because I have to. I love UConn, but I'm taking UMass plus 10.5 at home in the redacted mass game.
Yeah.
Listen, UMass played Georgia well. UMass has been playing a lot of teams well. Their record does not indicate how tight they've been playing teams. UConn hasn't played anybody, Paul. They've not played anybody. They're 7-3, but it's kind of like a 7-3.
Yeah.
So give me 10.5 at home in Amherst.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna keep the thread. I'm gonna go with a little. I feel like I'm you this week. I'm taking a lot of off the board picks. Give me James Madison minus 3.5 one unit.
Against the herd.
Against the herd. I like James Madison. I know they have absolutely just lost a ton of talent, and I think it took them pretty much the whole season to get their guys ready. I think it's the Jamie's finally rounding the form. Marshall, I don't know, haven't really impressed me anytime I've watched him. Minus 3.5. Give me James Madison. I think that's an easy. If I had to do a ladder game, it bit me in the ass a couple weeks ago. But this would be a ladder game where I'd do like a 3.5, a 7, and a 10 for James Madison. I think they win pretty
All
handily.
right.
So
I'm taking another rivalry dog. This time we're going on the road. Virginia plus 7.5 against Virginia Tech. What a sad season this has been for Vautech.
most disappointing team of the year
I would say so. They had hopes of winning 8, 9 games this year.
in an ACC that's very weak.
Yes.
Other than maybe Clemson, I feel like the Virginia Tech team that we thought was going to walk all over Miami. So, but yeah,
Tony
where's that game?
Elliott. Tony Elliott saved himself. He had a little bit of heat coming in this year.
Where's that game at?
That is in Blacksburg.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I got two more picks.
Same.
This one is purely a Ryan Day. First of all, can we talk about what a little bitch he is with the end of the Indiana game?
Running up the score on
Have you ever
Indy.
Have you ever seen a player slide to end the game and the coach overrule him to score? Have
No,
you ever seen it?
no.
I've never seen that. I've
Dog,
seen that.
he's such a little child, bro.
Well, and then he's like, well, you never know what happens. You don't know what happens. It's like Indiana wasn't calling timeouts.
Yeah.
They weren't calling timeouts. And it's like, they're acting like it's one of those things where it's like, you could tell that Ryan Day he's a chump, dude. He's like,
Ryan
if
Day
you're
upset
beating,
about what Kurt Signetti did in like a pep rally in
yeah,
like a year ago
it's
because
Indiana.
he's trying to inject life into a team that has been literally they've lost the most games in college football history,
Yeah.
and you're trying to like get the fan base to be like, hey guys, I win games. We're gonna beat all these big guys.
Listen,
You're getting them
if he
hyped
did
up.
that, if he did that against
It's a
Michigan,
basketball game.
yeah. If he did that against Michigan, that's an alpha move. If he did that against the team that beat you in the playoff last year, that's an alpha move. You're doing it against it. It's like you jump some guy in a fight and your buddy kicks the shit out of him, and as you're walking out of the bar, you kick him in the gut. Like, what are you? You're not
You're
doing
like, yeah, we
anything.
beat that guy up, didn't we?
But yeah, exactly. But following on this, because he's going to want to do this, Ohio State's second half over 13 and a half points.
Yeah, he's
He's not
running
going
it
to
up.
score two touchdowns
He's
in the second
running
half
it up.
against Michigan.
Yeah, yep.
He is going to keep the dogs in there the entire. If that's what he's going to do against Indiana,
I like that pick.
against Michigan, Ryan Day said losing to Michigan was worse than losing his father. You're telling me he's not going to score two touchdowns? Guaranteed. That's a nuclear lock.
I
That's
I
a
might,
one
I
unit
might, I
play
might,
for
I
me.
might throw the 5 unit bomb on that.
That's what I mean. I was like, when I was looking, I thought it was going to be 21 points. Ryan Day is going to play. He's going to be like doing the Madden offense against your nephew, where he's just running four verts with like 30 seconds left. Guaranteed. So give me that for one unit.
I
And
like
then
it.
I got one more play. Give me your next two.
I got Cincinnati plus 3.5 at home against TCU. It's a battle of bad teams, so I'm gonna take the home team here. And then my
Since
last pick.
since he's not bad. I don't know. They're not. They
Speaking of bad,
do
I'm
some
talking about
things.
Pitt football having two miraculous comebacks against bad Cincinnati and bad West Virginia.
Yeah.
They starting out 7-0, and then they've lost like they're gonna lose 5 straight probably because Holstein broke his leg last week.
It brings me joy, not that Holstein's hurt because I think he's a legit quarterback, but it brings me joy that they're losing. They're coming back to earth. So I do love that. Holstein,
They two
pretty
legit, dude.
good.
Crazy comeback against Cincy, crazy comeback against West Virginia,
Yeah.
and you're like firing Pat Narduzzi, but
Yeah.
instead they might be in a worse situation than us.
I don't want to think about that. I don't want to
Okay,
litigate
we
that.
got 4 minutes, so we got to move. My last pick is USF on the road at Rice. Rice fired their coach. They are doing the smart thing. They're bringing in someone that runs the triple. That'll be next year. For the time being, USF light them up.
What's the line?
5
Minus or plus?
minus.
Okay. I
My
have nothing.
one favorite of the week.
I was gonna say with you, I feel like you're always doing heavy on the dog. So my last one is a very simple 7 point tease, 2 unit play. USC plus 14 and a half, South Carolina plus 10. Uh, Again, I love taking these where I think the team can win outright.
Mm.
Notre Dame, I think, I think they're going to win. I don't know. I think this is a rivalry game. I think USC is going to get up for this game.
Hmm.
7.5 looks like too much. 14.5 looks like way too much. South Carolina plus 10. Clemson offensive line getting reshuffled. If South Carolina can control this game in the trenches, Clemson does not have the offense to overcome it. I could see Clemson winning, but again, they're not blowing South Carolina out. That offense is too explosive for certain, outside of red zone, but defense is really good. But quick recap: Mississippi State plus 26.5 1 unit, Air Force minus 3.5 1 unit, USC plus 14.5, South Carolina plus 10 2 units, JMU minus 3.5, Ohio State second half over 13.5 1 unit, Dimes, Vandy plus 10.5, UMass plus 10.5, UVA plus 7.5, Cincy plus 3.5, USF minus 5 1 unit. Anything else? We'll say I feel like we'll table some topics for next week. I got
We
some good
got
stuff
two
for
and a
next.
half minutes left if you want to tell a quick
Real.
story.
I'm trying to think of. I used to work in another lifetime. I used to work at Walgreens on Black Friday, and
Really?
oh yeah, that's we. This would be like a 15-minute conversation for the crazy shit I've seen. But I once saw a like 35-year-old woman straight up Terry Tate like a 70-year-old woman for a foot bath that was like 7.99. I mean, this younger generation doesn't understand Black Friday used to be. It's not shopping
People
online to
used to
get
die.
people used to die on Black Friday used to like I think I camped out like 1 year for like a T or like I don't know
I did
TV
some
or
TV. I did a few TV
TV.
campouts.
That's whenever TVs weren't like I just bought a fucking 70-inch TV off Costco and it was like $400. Like TVs now are just they've come down in price so much. But like if you wanted a nice TV back in the day,
You had to
you
fight
might
for
get
it.
one for like you have to fight for it. You have to throw some hands. You gotta
Mhm.
just pass somebody up. You gotta just go body head body. But
Head
that
body.
was that. But Black Friday, I miss it. I even woke up this morning. I was like, should I go to the mall and get in the craziness? But it's just not there.
My
It's not
mom
there.
was even like, I think I want to do it, and I was like, there's nothing out there. There's like no point.
There's no sales and there's no bloodlust. It was our first American purge and we got rid of it. Shame on us.
I did a few campouts, and I camped out in Fayetteville, West Virginia one night.
Nice.
Um, and we camped in line, got some televisions, and then it came checkout time, and people were pulling out like EBT cards to be like,
Oh,
I want my TV. Give me my TV.
give me that TV. It was the worst of America and also the best at the same time. It really it's when the country was truly united, full on consumerism, full on capitalism. Step on somebody's neck to get that $10 TV. It's great.
That's the American way. All
American
right.
way.
That was a great
Get some
episode.
winners.
We'll see you next week.
See you,
Adios.
buddy.